Anyway, next year I promise we'll blow things up.
Jammer B's telling me that he was joking, that Leo read our name and said, well, I've heard of that one.
Oh, that's funny. That's good enough. Wait, no, we were gonna look at something else. There's a news story. I was telling you about Austin.
Cable access.
Yes, cable access who got his start in cable access. So this is where I met Corey Coleman. The producer for this little PSA show that I was on was Alex Jones's girlfriend at the time. Alex Jones got his start in Austin Cable Access Television. And so I saw him there at Cable Access. I saw him. I got my start appearing on 98.9 KJFK, the Shannon Burke Show in Austin, Texas. And Alex Jones was on right after him. So I would see him coming and going as whenever I made an appearance. So it's like I've kind of sat back and watched. And now here's Alex Jones appearing and making cogent arguments? ?
No. Well, no, he's not. I mean, all right. So for the rest of the planet who did not grow up in Austin Cable Access,
yes,
you would know Alex Jones as a popular syndicated radio host and somebody for whom has become increasingly popular because basically whenever there's a two-term president,
sure,
the opposition to that tends to become very, very popular because there's a lot for them to complain about. And there's a lot everybody loves a movement. Everybody loves climbing up the hill and blowing up the Death Star. And
right.
So Alex Jones is somebody who has, probably conservative, but not conservative in any kind of,
No, like just far off. Like, we're talking full on, truthers. 9/11 was an inside job.
Huge conspiracy.
Yes. Loves the conspiracy theory stuff. Everything up to and including, I don't want to put words in his mouth. We'll let him talk. So
he, after the shooting in Connecticut, Piers Morgan on his CNN show became a very big, he had gun control was going to be his big topic. And he's really, really hit hard on it. He's really tried to hold people's feet to the fire about having gun control. So Alex Jones decides that they're going to go to that hilarious, easily the most the most used piece of the Obama administration, which is the completely useless petition tool, where you're able to petition anything on the whitehouse.gov site.
Yep.
To deport Piers Morgan.
Wait, he was he the one that started that?
He is the one who started that, or at least has championed it.
Okay.
And it's now like over 100,000.
It's over 9,000. We can verify that for sure.
That was his first. That was Piers Morgan's. As we're going to play this clip, that's his first question to him: is why should I be deported? Anyway, Piers Morgan decides to have him on, and this is what happens.
Okay, now this is a lot here, so I don't know where to begin or where to jump. Is there a particular clip or highlights that somebody's put together?
If we just go with the first segment, the first segment is all I saw, and it's magic.
All right, here we go.
And joining me now is one of the people behind the petition, Alex Jones. He's host of the Alex Jones Show. Welcome to you.
Piers, thanks for having me.
Why do you want to deport me?
Well, we did it as a way to bring attention to the fact that we have all of these foreigners.
All right, Brian, pause.
To bring attention to the fact.
I just want to illustrate for the audio listeners that this is, to me, in terms of egomaniacal gas bag morons, a Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla battle. They are both so insufferable by themselves that to see them waging war on each other over the Tokyo that is the American media landscape on CNN is a beautiful, beautiful experience. And just even look at their body language. Go to the still frame of them both at the very beginning.
Yeah, where it's at the beginning where, let's see.
Just the two shots. You can see both of them.
Trying to find it. Not so much having it. Here we go.
Behind the petition, Alex Jones. He's host of the
comes right out of this video package.
Show. Welcome to you.
Piers, thanks for having me.
All right, there we go. Number one, Piers Morgan, whose special power, his special move,
his special purpose.
The way that Ryu's is the Hadouken, is to be very sly, very slimy, and very arrogant.
Sure. So smug. Sit there and smirk whenever someone says.
So of course his first question is, why should I be deported?
Yeah.
Like, so it's immediately putting him on the defensive. You're trying to hurt me. Like now you, the big bully, explain why you're such a big bully.
Well, and you can see from his body language that he's clearly coming out swinging right from the beginning.
And now, meanwhile, go to Alex Jones, who is a complete lunatic psychotic, and is shiftily and nervously clutching a pile of papers
well, we did it
like
as
a crazy
way
person.
to bring attention to the fact that we have all of these foreigners and the Russian government, the official Chinese government. Mao said political power goes out of the barrel of a gun. He killed about 80 million people because he's the only guy that had the guns. So we did it to point out that this is globalism and the mega banks that control the planet and brag that they've taken over.
Wow! Wait a minute, holy cow! 52 seconds! 52 seconds in before he starts busting out the complete, oh my God, that's amazing!
By the way, and in the same way, he would say, Piers, I took the 6 train down from Midtown to get to your studio. Like, he just, as if it's like the regular thing. Like, what, the mega banks that control the planet and brag about it.
I get the impression that he's just I noticed that there's no mayonnaise because you are owned by the Rothschilds organizations.
Keep going.
Are you
going?
All right.
In Bloomberg, AP, Reuters, you name it, brag that they're going to get our guns as well. They've taken everybody's guns, but the Swiss and the American people. And when they get our guns, they can have their world tyranny while the government buys
I like tyranny!
World tyranny! We are not dealing with an erosion of our personal freedom. Because, by the way, there is an element of his argument
My favorite part
is shared by more sane people. And normally what you get is like I'm wearing the my Reason sweater, right?
Sure.
Reason magazine, the Reason
By
Foundation.
the way, we're like 70% the nut job that of what he's representing. So it's like we're the idiots
to be as crazy as Alec Jones one day. I aspire to descend into the madness that clouds Alex Jones's mind.
It's almost like we get the best experience because every time he starts to talk, it's like
So, but like, the great people at Reason, who are fantastic writers, and everybody should go read their stuff because it's very, very good. Like, they, as even if they are cynical about elements of the government, it's always like, well, there goes another freedom. All right,
well, what are you
can
gonna
talk
do?
about it. We can explain what it is, but whatever. Never is it mentioned world tyranny or any of these things are the last final straw before the mega banks roll in their jackbooted thugs.
Okay, now here's my favorite part is he talks about world tyranny as if it's their carnival. Like he's just like they want to have their world tyranny. Listen.
That they're going to get our guns as well. They've taken everybody's guns, but the Swiss and the American people. And when they get our guns, they can have their world tyranny.
It's me, Mr. Brushwood. I'm here to perform for World Tyranny 2013.
Government buys 1.6 billion bullets.
Ferris Bueller's
armored
at the world
vehicles, tanks,
tyranny.
helicopters.
He's singing Twist and Shout.
Yeah.
Predator drones armed, now in U.S. skies, being used to arrest people in North Dakota.
The Rolling Stones performing. It's going to be amazing.
The Second Amendment isn't there for duck hunting.
Hall
It's
and
there to
Oates are at the world tyranny.
World Tyranny 2013, dude. It's going to be amazing.
protect
Private
us.
eyes are watching you. What do you think that song's about, Piers?
You.
By the way, and also my other favorite part about him is that he just names these things as if like we know what they are, like drones arresting people in North Dakota.
Well, and that's part of it. I recognize that, like, when he was on the radio, like, a decade ago, I was just like, wow, if you rattle off a lot of things that sound like things I should know, it makes me feel small and dumb and feels like, it makes me instantly feel like your argument has merit. That's amazing.
Yes. Now keep going because we've been riffing on Alex Jones. Don't worry. Mechagodzilla comes back. Right now he's getting pummeled by Godzilla.
Sure.
Mechagodzilla uses his smug powers.
As we always have to do, we have to take a quick moment to remind you that this episode of NSFW brought to you by Scamisquela con Mr. Brushwood coming to
Mr. Brushwood.
Mr. Brushwood. He's going to be performing at World Tyranny 2013. Keep an eye on it. Here we go.
from tyrannical government and street thugs. Take the women in India. Your piece earlier on CNN I was watching during Anderson Cooper's show.
Oh my God, can you see the smug on Piers Morgan's face? Like, even from this side angle, like he's letting him run wild, and he's like, my only defense is the smug shield 8000.
Yeah, basically what's happening is imagine he has created a smug force field. It is a big glowing egg that has enveloped him. And right now, Alex Jones is just unloading both barrels of his superpower with just this huge magma blast right at it. And it's just, it's affecting the force field. You know, it's wobbling a little bit.
No, inside,
the
little Captain Picard inside of his head is flopping around, you know, being rattled, but no significant damage. It's handling everything.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
There to protect us from tyrannical government and street thugs. Take the women in India. Your piece earlier on CNN I was watching during Anderson Cooper's show didn't tell you that the women of India have signed giant petitions to get firearms.
Like physically giant. They're novelty petitions.
Yeah, exactly. They're like the checks you give to golfers.
They're like, who doesn't like rape? But make it big.
Because the police can't.
Everything's bigger in India.
Them. The answer is, hey, wait a minute, I have FBI crime statistics.
I like the fact. Okay, so we're now 40 seconds in, or 50 seconds. Wait, no, we're full minute. He's let him go a full minute. He wants to come in.
And yeah, just go back to, so now Piers can't take any more. He's ready for his counter.
Sure.
And watch Alex Jones just destroy him.
Well, and what's funny, and plus, like, Alex Jones somehow is able to just come out like blah, 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 blah. And then the moment Piers Morgan tries to respond, Alex Jones is wounded that he's being interrupted and not being allowed to speak.
Well, and again, like Gallagher, he's brought props. So he has his crazy man like just disheveled pile of papers that you could only imagine he's carried in his hand, not a briefcase, from Austin, Texas to wherever they're shooting the CNN show. He's just like, he's so crazy that he probably didn't even, you know, take it out of his hand during the TSA. Like he's just been fingering it the entire time.
Of India have signed giant petitions to get firearms because the police can't and won't protect them. The answer is, hey, wait a minute, I have FBI crime statistics that come out.
Can we please, in the middle of our national broadcast, just show there's, you can look at some numbers. There's numbers in here.
I have numbers on the page.
Well, you let the numbers.
These papers go for 3 days, Piers.
Let the numbers speak.
2011.
Piers, I have FBI statistics.
+% crime drop in the last 9
By the way, if you're watching, Alex, we love you. Sincerely.
years. Real violent crime, because more guns means less crime. Britain took the guns 15, 16
Look
years.
at those papers. They just have, like, you ever just hold on to loose leaf paper for a while and eventually they just have the grooves of your fingers in them? Like, those are those papers.
Yes.
Years ago, tripling overall violent
Hang
crime.
on.
True, we have a higher gun violence level, but overall mugging, stabbings, deaths, those men raped that woman in India to death with an iron rod 4 feet long. You can't ban the iron rods. The guns, the iron rods, Piers, didn't do it. The tyrants did it. Hitler took the guns. Stalin
Oh, who had Hitler at 2 minutes in?
Wait a minute. Wait, let this go. Because what is happening now is people are saying that, like, in like the Les Mis movie, you have like the big Anne Hathaway song, and then the thing that's like the big sweeping, a pinnacle to the modern or the modern musical. This moment right now,
all right,
is cinematically and artistically gorgeous for crazy people and broadcast television debate. Just
the guns.
Without
Mao
commentary.
took the guns.
Alex
Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street begging for them to have their guns taken. We will not relinquish them. Do you understand? And that's why you're going to fail.
Oh my God, the smug shield goes even bigger. Like the eyebrows, it's like he dials the eyebrows up to 12, and you can see it like blang, 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 blang.
The card is in there. Dial the eyebrows to 12. Dialing to 12.
They're like, the eyebrows don't physically go any higher. Dial them higher, damn you! Or we're all going to have to listen to this.
Divert power from the tie to the eyebrows.
Yeah, drop the accent. Drop the accent. Do what it takes.
Establishment knows
Well,
no matter
now,
how much
Alex.
propaganda.
He does. He turns total. He drops all his pretense, but he's smug. He's like smug hayseed. He's just
Go back to 1776 will happen again. And just understand, again, the American Revolution will happen again. And by the way, if you think that it's lost that he's yelling at a British person by threatening 1776, wait until he makes that point explicit in like 30 seconds.
Oh my
And the
God.
iron rods, the guns, the iron rods, Piers didn't do it. The tyrants did it. Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns.
How many-
Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will...
Like lasers. Blast your eyebrows off. They can't go any higher.
Although, look at him with his Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson style arched eyebrow on the side, though. If you smell what buying seeds and gold can do when the government comes to take your firearms.
Do you know what year we had a revolution? It does not matter what year we had a revolution. The Jones says this.
commence again if you try to take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street begging for them to have their guns taken. We will not relinquish them.
Dude, he is so aware. He's like, the whole time he's thinking, live TV, no backseas. Live TV, no backseas. This is amazing, man.
You
He's
understand?
just like, and
That's
by the
why you're
way,
going to
he's
fail
just like,
in the-
listen, Piers. Because I think Alex Jones is, for as crazy as he is, I have a feeling he's a very smart guy, you know? And he understands that, you want to know what, Piers? You did this to yourself. Because if your ratings weren't so low, you would have never booked me knowing that I was going to be a complete lunatic and a train wreck.
I mean, what were they thinking, man? All right, this is, yeah, people are saying.
This is exactly what they, I mean, like, if they didn't think it, they knew it.
Well, certainly the producers did. I mean, do you think Pierce thought that it would go this way, or do you think like some producer? Because I have very little grown-up television experience, but my first television experience was on a failing, dying show. It was the Roseanne Talk Show, and when I was there, it's the only time on American television that they've ever let me do the nail in the eye trick, and I did not know this at the time, but Roseanne was a huge germaphobe, and it was clear that on this dying, sinking ship, a producer wanted to make good television that utterly ruined her day. And so they
That
put
just
me-
disgusted her.
Yes, exactly. So it's like, I wonder if something like this happened where they're all like, oh, I think it'll be controversial. I mean, if you're up for, little sparks might fly, not.
Oh, yeah. No. I mean, I think like they knew what it was, and they knew that it had the capability to be a completely unhinged explosion.
Right.
And the only reason why, because like them doing their regular show isn't drawing any people.
Right.
So why not?
Okay, so here we go.
Establishment knows no matter how much propaganda, the Republic will rise again when you attempt
Yes!
to take our guns.
Tell me he says, don't tread on me at some moments.
Even
My
better.
family
Even
in the
better.
Texas
Keep going.
Revolution against Santa Anna. My family was at the core on both sides starting that because Santa Anna came to take the guns at Gonzales, Texas. Pierce, don't try what your ancestors did.
So he says specifically, oh man, yeah. Here's what I expect to have happen: is it cuts over to Pierce. His eyebrows have now gone all the way around to the back of his head. They're so high.
On a plane to Heathrow.
Yes.
They've left the country.
But
they're
then-
back to London.
So okay, snaps over to Pierce, eyebrows back of the head. Snaps back to Alex Jones, and his T-shirt is just off, and you don't know when that happened. But he's already cutting a switch.
Exactly. No, first it's undershirt. It's just like the U undershirt.
All right, here we go.
Before. Why don't you come to America? I'll take you out shooting. You can become an American and join the Republic.
You finished?
All right, here we go. So now he's got to, at this point, his eyebrows have gone so far back, he just has to go all the way around. There's no stopping him. So they come back up his chin.
Yes, I am finished. You will not take my...
Yes, I am finished. By which I mean, here I go
I
again.
have more to talk about.
Right. You go through background checks to get guns. How about Prozac? You know the number one...
Wait a minute. Here it goes. Because, by the way, This was, and understand this is the combat, because Pierce's weapon, which he wields very effectively, is smug. So what he did is he took that gigantic firepower rant and shoved it as in our illustration exclusive to NSFW that we are showing you right now on the screen, is he shoved it right back in his face with the like, "Are you done?" You know, so now he looks like the idiot. But what does Alex Jones do to fight back? The one thing he does better than anybody else, a crazier conspiracy theory.
Prozac.
Oh, that's the big sponsor, isn't it? Or that whole class of drugs.
Oh, man.
Keep going.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, whoa, got to cut that off, don't you?
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Oh, my God.
Talk about the U.S.
Come
number
on,
one
Prozac.
cause of death is suicide now because they give people suicide
Calm
mass
down.
murder pills.
Calm down.
Your answer is
Oh, my God. This is amazing. Tell me he kept him on the entire show.
I think they did 2 segments. This is the only one I saw. But by the way, at this point now, Piers Morgan is out of moves because he's tried to do the like, he's tried to shame him.
Yeah.
Into being like, "Are you done? You're embarrassing yourself on national TV." And now he's just outright trying to explain to him, "Hey, you're settle down. And Alex Jones is like, "Dude, I'm way too crazy for that. Like, I'm so much more crazier than to understand the concept of shame on national television."
That's such a brilliant side move, though, is to just mention a spot, mention something, like at any given time, have something queued up, and when you can tell something you're about to be interrupted, mention something where you can accuse somebody of cutting you off or shutting down your message the moment it happens.
Exactly. Prozac, whoop, have to cut that off,
Yep.
don't you?
It's amazing.
give more money to the psychiatrists and psychologists to put more crazy people on drugs that make them kill people, Piers.
Let's try and have a debate here.
Yeah.
Answer me this question.
I'm sick of the same old script here, bud.
It's fine.
Wow.
I love the hand gesture there. He has like this kind of like background singer for the Supremes.
No,
kind
you
of,
know what it looks like?
smooth.
It looks like the short-lived, Pepsi had their little hand gesture thing that they did for a while. Do you remember that?
If you wanna go, it's in his kiss. That's where it is. Oh,
I'm not doing the same old script. That's what it is.
Bud.
I'm sick
How
of the
many
same
gun
old script
murders
there,
were there in
bud.
America?
Okay, so here we go. So Smug Shield have been rocked. He got rocked the sauce out here.
Murder
Yeah.
pills.
Calm down.
Your answer is give more money to the psychiatrists.
Wow, he got halfway through a question and he just shouted murder pills. That is going to be the new way I settle debates with the wife.
Murder pill.
Oh, we can't talk about the murder pills, can we? All of a sudden, the garbage. Oh, look, take out the garbage. Let me tell you something. That garbage
Shut
back in
that down, don't you?
1976, that garbage, the garbage will rise again.
1976.
Prozac. You know the number one. Oh, that's the big sponsor, isn't it? Or that whole class of drugs.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, whoa, got to cut that off, don't you?
Oh, wait,
I don't want to talk, Piers.
Let's try and have a debate here.
Yeah.
Answer me this question.
I'm sick of the same old script here, bud.
It's fine.
That's
bud.
what a script-
How many gun murders were there in America last year? Do you know?
There were about 11,458, and about 74%
See,
of
this is what's brilliant is he comes across looking like like the Deus Ex Machina of knowing everything, like, oh, he shut you down. He knew exactly that number. It's freaking just make it up. Just make that.
Oh,
That's what I'm
yeah.
going to do all the time now. I'm going to do it on tech journalism. I'm going to be like, well, as we all know, the Isobus was never defeated with the 802973 standard treaty of 1776 will rise
I'll tell you
again.
what, just look at their profit to earnings ratio in Q3 2004. Tells the tale.
I'm sorry, murder pills. Murder pills.
those were gang-related, gangbangers shooting each other. You get 3,500 to 4,000.
that wasn't the
How
question.
many people died from it?
Yes.
I love, again, by the way, all Piers Morgan is trying to do with every question he is to set him up for the smug punch.
Yes.
He's waiting for him. But the problem with that is that you have to, A, stop talking, which Alex Jones will not do. And B, you have to, on some level, like treat him with good faith, which Alex Jones has no interest in doing.
Right. Oh,
Infections in hospitals,
If I may just-
197,000.
Let me just ask you a second
That's
question.
right.
How many?
that's right. Yeah, it's like at this point. Oh my God. All right, go ahead.
gun murders were there in Britain?
How
last
many
year?
great white sharks?
No, how many?
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Oh my god! I don't know
How
who
many
sent
great
this.
white sharks?
So,
Can we
yeah.
get? Let me go on. Let's get more. Let's get more gifts here. Let's get more Godzilla.
Yeah.
gifts.
We need more because this is this. You're right. This is the greatest thing ever.
Kill people every year, but they're scared to swim.
Right. How many gun murders were there in Britain?
A very low amount. I already went over those
How many?
statistics.
Do you know?
I was only a few hundred.
No. How many gun murders?
I actually did pull up the statistics. Here, let me pull them out right here. I figured you'd do that.
Gun murders.
Aha! I was on to you. I predicted it. Look, my
I'm gonna
predictions
go
in
back
this.
to my hastily compiled yet inside the grass for over 3 days pile of shifty papers.
I want him to pull out from there an envelope. You say, you can see I got a seal on there. It says 1776 because I knew I'd mention that year. My name, my signature right here. You can see it's sealed on all 4 sides. I'm going to tear it open.
What if
There it
it's all
is.
scripted? Like that's actually his script, and he's been studying it. This is all a monologue he's been working on.
Amazing.
UK violent crime capital of Europe. London Telegraph. Here, let me
It's
give you
quite
more.
a simple question.
Well, that's the oldest.
You're a very
that's the
loud man.
No, that's the
You
oldest.
make a lot of noise.
To ask me some little factoid.
It's not a little factor.
I already said earlier,
talking about a
England has a
country-
lot lower gun crime rate because you took all the guns.
Let me try exactly my
But you've got
point.
hordes of people burning down.
See, okay, that's the other brilliant thing he does is the moment somebody, there's a point, a legitimate point, then just see it and then act like don't ever acknowledge it. Just act like you already acknowledged it and it's old news.
Yeah.
And you don't
Like,
understand why
and
that's still an
it's
issue.
A very insignificant small part of the larger grand theorem that you are painting so eloquently and beautifully.
You're like, yes, there's a black dot in this whole painting. Are you busy? There's an X-wing flying into Godzilla's face, shooting lasers out of the Merlin's eyeballs. Why are you not
How many
talking about
sharks
the
have
eyeballs?
guns, Piers?
Look, I'll tell you what.
One time I met a shark, spoke British with a gun. You're telling me I'm crazy? You're crazy.
Cities and beating old women's brains out every day.
What a ridiculous
They arrest
statement.
people in England if they defend themselves. That's on record.
By the way,
My God,
that was,
you've got a total
that
police
was,
state. Everybody's
here's
fleeing
Morgan.
that country
He's
because the
critical. Critical mass right now.
Oh, no.
This is the deck of the Enterprise.
He's like, why are the smoke shields not holding? They're like, they're gone. They're utterly destroyed. It's like, are you going to return fire? He's like, fire half pulse laser, I guess. Call him a jerk. Call him a jerk. And
Exactly. Because that was like, that's ridiculous. Like, that's like the only thing that he can't say is just like, because he's trying to fire back, but he corrals. He corrals it and recoils. Right.
All right. Here, corrals and recoils. I like that. Here we go.
You've had to flee here, bud. Why don't you tell
fled
folks?
here.
Yeah, you fled here. Why don't you go back and face the charges for the hacking scandal?
Answer this question.
By the way, okay. Number one, I only watch this because I'm a big fan, and I've talked about it a bunch, about the website, The Drudge Report. I think that if you want to read tomorrow's news today, read The Drudge Report, because that's where all the newspaper editors and most of the website editors of America read for, like, odd news of the weird and stuff like that and big trend stories.
Right.
He is a big fan of Alex Jones and has been trumpeting the theory that if CNN, which is now under a new Jeff Zucker is now running CNN.
Okay.
If they want to save Piers Morgan, make it a debate show between Alex Jones and Piers Morgan.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I'll
That's
tell you
like
what.
Drudge's idea.
The
Which
whole world would tune in for that, man.
I hate both these people, but I would love to watch a television show with them together for these reasons, if only because they did the show Parker Spitzer on CNN.
Yeah.
Where it was like, Elliot Spitzer, who had that whole hooker
The sex,
thing.
yeah.
Where it's like, I always just thought it was just it's a crap show. Because if anybody was really in a debate with Elliot Spitzer and was really passionate, how long would it take before to be like, hey, hooker guy, where do you get off talking about anything? You're
Yes.
the governor, and then you got busted with a hooker.
Yes,
Like-
correct.
Alex Jones will go there. Alex Jones is a guest on a show, and it takes him only a minute and a half to mention that the 1776 revolution will happen again, to point out that Piers Morgan is British, and then also, hey, go back and face the hacking scandal, you fraud.
Yeah, why don't you face the charges? You fled to America. Dude, this is amazing. All right, here we go. What else we got?
Oh, many
Why'd you
gun-
get fired from the Daily
How
Mirror for putting out
many-
fake stories?
Wow.
Girlfriend Stacy break up with you.
You know what? Smell my fingers.
How
1776 happened to her foxhole. Piers.
Hatchet man of the New World Order. You're a hatchet man. And I'm going to say this right here. You think you're a tough guy?
That's amazing.
New world order.
Murder pills. Here, you think you're a tough guy? Eat these murder pills. And then we'll fight. We're going to box.
Exactly. He's the hatchet man for the new world order, like Buff Bagwell.
Have me back with a boxing ring in here.
Oh, what?
Red, white, and blue, and you can
He actually said
Keep
boxing.
going. Keep going. It's amazing.
Wear
It
your
doesn't stop
Jolly
getting
Roger.
amazing.
Okay,
You know what? You
let's try again. How many gun murders were there
oh, you gonna ban your fist now?
in Britain last?
You gonna ban your fist? He starts saying, "Where's that? I'm Piers Morgan. I got 2 lethal weapons right here. I don't need no guns." Is the ban hammer?
Piers Morgan, I have 2 fists. They're legally killing instruments.
Get rid.
I fight Marcus of Queensberry rules. Hey, Piers.
Hey, Pierce, you gonna ban your fist? What, are you gonna fist me? Go ahead, fist me, Pierce. I dare you.
I'll show you. I fisted Stacy last night. Remember her?
Yeah.
Your ex-girlfriend I just brought up.
How many chimpanzees can dance on the head of a pin?
He's got a move for everything. He's got. Yeah, if I wait for it to be like, I'll choose pistols at dawn.
I already went over those
Do
statistics.
you know the answer?
No, I don't.
You said hundreds.
It's very low.
You said hundreds.
Yes.
It's actually
Which, by the way,
35.
all right, pause it.
Yep.
This was, so Piers Morgan, the entire time,
He's waiting
is
for this.
literally just trying to set up for him to guess how many gun murders there were in Britain,
Sure.
have him guess wrong,
Sure.
and then embarrass him.
Sure. And so this
But
is his
he's
crowning
so
achievement.
Smug, he keeps getting destabilized by Alex Jones is crazy that even after he got him to do it in saying that there were hundreds, he couldn't get back to like just saying you said hundreds. It's in fact not, and then
It's less than hundreds.
yeah.
It's 35 is less than hundreds, so you were off.
How many gun murders were there
Oh, you gonna ban your fist
in
now?
Britain last year?
How many chimpanzees can dance on the head of a pin? I already went over those statistics.
Do you know the answer?
No, I don't.
You said hundreds.
It's very low.
You said hundreds.
Yes.
It's actually 35.
And you can see the grim, the smirk, little smirk
Oh.
to throw it on top, little acid in them wounds.
There we go. Shields re-strengthening.
Nicely done, sir. Here we go.
Well,
Here we go.
point
The
is, you
eyebrows are
against
slowly
11,000.
receding down.
Do you understand
Hey.
the difference between 11,000
Yeah, England
and
wants to
35?
ban knives now because tens of thousands are getting
Right.
stabbed.
But do you
Gonna
understand
ban
the
knives?
difference?
The knife
between
doesn't kill people.
Do you
The gun
understand-
doesn't kill people.
Yes.
Listen,
do you understand
do you
the difference
understand
between
you're not going to
35
pull on
and
America's
11,000?
heartstrings. They know your script, okay? You're not going to get our guns. By the way, you guys always say, we just want to take the semi-autos, okay, and all this other stuff.
By the
Well,
way, all right, so
semi-autos aren't
pause.
even
Hold
Hold on, I gotta pause it. There we go.
All
All right, go ahead.
What he did is Piers Morgan. That was his gambit was get him to guess a number,
Yeah, and have him be wrong,
say
and
he's
then
wrong,
Yep.
and then shame again. This is all into shaming him into slowing down,
right.
right? And by the way, this is a strategy which has worked brilliantly with many people. Like even people like there was a big viral video with him and Penn Jillette
Sure.
arguing about like atheism.
Yeah.
Right? And we don't have to play it, but like Penn Jillette, about as good of a talker as you could possibly find.
Right.
He is stunned by Piers' smugness. Alex Jones is the only person I've ever seen just to pile right through it because he is so crazy he doesn't listen. And so he's like, oh, like 35, and then immediately upon instead of shame, he just says, well, you're also gonna ban knives. Why are you gonna ban knives? I don't think that's even real or true. He's just saying it.
Oh,
Pull those numbers up, okay?
Well,
no, hold on.
No, let me ask you one question. Which weapon?
which I still haven't done yet. Smug's look, the eyebrows have come down. This is real concern on his face. This is like it's not working. The smug. It doesn't He doesn't slide off.
Was predominantly used in the Aurora movie theater shooting.
M4 AR-15 variants.
So it was a semi-automatic
Yes,
assault rifle.
again.
Okay,
But
next question.
statistically, it's very, very low.
That was. Do you agree it was the single biggest shooting in the history of America in terms of people hit by a shooter?
Oh, get ready for the no. There's no way he would agree with that.
Do you know that?
No, I believe that there were others. There's been some other shootings with about over 30.
No. This was the single biggest mass shooting.
Well, listen, you're just going.
No,
there have been bombings of Wall Street.
Let me ask you a second
Are we
question.
going to listen? Why can't the
Let me
pilots
ask you
have
a second
firearms?
question. Alex,
We trust them to fly the planes.
Alex, you've had a lot to say.
No,
Just
my
answer
point
the
is the
question.
Second Amendment is sacrosanct,
Do you know?
and you're not getting it.
Do you know which weapon?
Man, it's hard to make this part funny because he's just patiently explaining something to someone who doesn't want to hear it.
Was used in the Oregon shopping mall mass shooting recently?
I understand that people.
Why is he not? His trick is to never shut up.
Well, no. Now, yeah. So he is. Piers Morgan is now in a rhythm.
Yes.
Now he's in the rhythm of like, I want to ask you questions, and I am going to continue to lower the tone of my voice, so I seem calmer.
I'll tell you what.
you.
You know what we could do? We can enhance this right here. Let me go ahead.
I'm seeing the script, bud.
There we go. Let me just pop this in. Do a little.
Who are mentally ill on all the serotonin take
Just
inhibitors
answer
who
the
play
question.
these shoot-'em-up games
Alex.
want to go out and do this.
Alex.
Because there's criminals, I don't
Alex.
lose my rights, Piers.
Alex.
Because there's criminals,
Alex.
I don't lose my rights.
Just answer the question.
Yeah.
Do you know what the weapon used was?
Listen, let me ask you a question.
No, answer.
I've got the FBI
Alex.
statistics that, listen,
No.
that
Okay.
these so-called
Let's take a
semi-autos
break.
that you talk
Let's
about.
take a break. When we come back.
Again, you're not
All right. Oh, then he just.
So there we go. Piers, he taps out.
Dude,
he taps out. He goes to break. I have to give it to Alex Jones.
I don't-
Because he had him. Alex Jones survived the round. He was saved by the bell.
Wow, man.
Murder pills.
I don't know if that was 7 minutes. I don't know if I have it in me to get through another one. I think we got to wrap things up
No.
here.
I think this is it. If you want to watch the other one, you can watch the other
Holy
one. I haven't
cow.
seen it, so I don't know what's in there.
That was amazing. That was the greatest. That was the greatest thing the CNN's ever showed. I'm including like the Berlin Wall going down.
I mean, because like, I feel like it is completely the best debate show I've ever seen, because we're so used to debate shows being like, well, like, I'm a conservative. I believe in family values.
Sure.
And being conservative and me. Not like you limousine liberals. Well, I'm a liberal. I believe that the government can help everybody. Like, and I think that you're being stupid and you love corporations. Like, and then they go back and forth. But we've seen that so many times. This is, I want to make you look like the biggest idiot ever. Murder pills! You don't know where it's going.
It was unreal, man. Dude, that was great.
That would
Okay.
be amazing to see Alex Jones explain getting a job at CNN to his audience, for which he is built believing that the Vanderbilts run every news organization and are pumping in radio waves that control our brains.
Yeah, man. I think yes, I agree. Okay, look, I need the movie draft minute, which by the way, we should have been decided. Not so much, my friends.
What are you talking? It's always been 4 weeks. It's been 4 weeks as long
No.
as we've had.
I'm saying no. It's never been undecided this far after the last movie came out.
Yeah. This is the closest it has ever been.
Correct. Movie draft minute. Go. And go with the draft.
Welcome to Movie Draft Minute for the week of January 7th, 2013. I'm your host, Roberto Villegas. As we come down to the wire, it's getting really, really close. Let's go check out the scoreboard. Justin Robert Young's in 6th place with $337.9 million. Sarah Lane's in 5th place with $362.9 million. Padre Robert Balasar is in 4th place with $400.6 million. Tom Merritt's in 3rd place with $431 million. Scott Johnson's in 2nd place with $453.7 million. And in 1st place with $469.8 million, it's Brian Brushwood. And that is your Movie Draft Minute for the week of January 7th, 2013.
Dude, what does your gut tell you, man? If you're gonna make a bet, if you're gonna make a bet, murder pills. Let go.
I gotta say,
I think
you're
F a
gonna
dog.
come very close, but no cigar. I think that Les Mis is going to eke out a victory over over your.
I
your
agree.
thing there.
I agree.
But it all depends. I mean, like this week, if he doesn't pass you this week,
this is it.
then he's really in trouble.
Agreed. I agree with that completely. Yeah, man. That's look. I guess that's going to be it for this episode of NSFW. Bonus
By
edition.
the way, I would have won if I would have actually just bet everything I had on Skyfall.
Oh, you have no idea. You sincerely, chat room, listen up. Freaking Justin Robert Young killing himself. Physically flogging himself. He's taking murder pills. He's so upset. Murder pills.
1776 will happen again.
With a South gas. Why don't you go back? Why don't you face the charges? 1992, you raped and murdered a girl.
Why'd you flush the toilet, Piers? I came in after you. It stank. Bangers and mash. Spotted dick. British foods, Piers. Like your squid bud.
Yes, but what about the? Have you considered the fact?
Why don't you
that-
watch the movie Hackers? Angelina Jolie, Matthew Lillard. Why don't you face that? I was sick of that script because it was terrible. Badly written, Piers.
You do it like a scary good Alex Jones.
Shut up, Mr. Brushwood. Go back across the border.
Mr. Brushwood.
Hack the planet, Piers.
Scamazuela.
Remember Serial Killer? My name is Alex Jones.
Nice. Oh my God! Wow! Stick a listen to. Do you think? What do you think happens? Do you think somebody like slips him a murder pill in between the two things?
No. Well, apparently, Piers Morgan, who after this declared victory over Alex Jones, and said like that he was the best advocate for gun control ever because he was ranting like a lunatic, said that he yelled the entire break. He just never stopped yelling.
Well, sure, because he can't let his guard down, man. Right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Back now with Alex Jones. A man says I should be deported for my stand on guns. So, Alex, here's how this is going to work, and it's entirely down to you. I'm going to ask you some questions. In the spirit of a proper debate, and you've had a lot to say so far on the show, and a lot of it aimed at me, which is fine. But I want you to try and answer the questions. It's a proper debate, okay? I'm not trying to trip you up.
No, it's not a debate. You're running the show. You bring in your victims up front.
Like, no, just add back.
Yeah.
See, no.
Look, you got your little note cards.
Yeah, okay.
I just gave you FBI.
You got note cards. I don't have any props in my hand whatsoever. You come with props prepared. You got some kind of script you're working from there, man. I don't remember ever holding papers. I never held papers. I'm Alex Jones.
Statistics
Fine.
that violent
Alex,
crime
Alex,
and gun crime
Alex.
is down over 20%.
Alex, let me just ask you
And
this.
you want to go to little factoids.
No, they're not little
Anybody can pull
factoids.
those up. Listen.
Do you know what...
Do you have a bodyguard?
Alex,
You have bodyguards.
I don't have a bodyguard.
Yeah, I've seen you on the news with them. Don't
don't
you
have
want
a
to protect
bodyguard.
your wife from hoodlums, or you want to call the police?
Let me ask you this question.
Why does Dianne
Alex,
Feinstein tell 60
Alex.
Minutes that she
Okay,
plans
Alex.
to try
Alex.
to take Mr. and Mrs. America?
Dude, you know what he's going for at this point? He's thinking like Alex Jones is like going for the TKO. Like he's not even gonna let Pierce get finished. Like,
Well, I think
He's trying to get him to walk
wins
off.
if he frustrates him.
yeah,
Because, like, Alex Jones's weapon against Piers is frustration.
yes,
Piers' weapon against Alex Jones is shame. Whoever
Right.
feels more by the end wins.
yeah.
And right now, Alex is winning because Piers is getting frustrated, and Alex is foreign to the concept of shame.
guns. Have you
Stop
seen that
talking
cut?
over me.
You
Let
guys
me-
want to disarm all of America.
No, I don't.
Dianne Feinstein's bill does.
I don't.
Gun confiscation.
No, let me clarify for you. You don't seem to understand
First
what
you
it is I
register,
want.
then you confiscate. It's always done the same.
Here's what the campaign on
Well,
this
here,
shows.
give me your little cue cards and I'll answer your questions for
What
you.
was the weapon used at Sandy Hook?
Wait, what
I'll
did he say?
do your show for you. All right, here we go. Hi, Alex Jones. You're really cute. Why are you so awesome? Well, Piers, I think I'm really awesome because I was raised right and I love guns. Question 2. Hey, is that a new shirt? Have you lost weight? Yeah, Piers, I have. I look very, very good, and I think it shapes and lifts my boobs. Yeah, I'm okay with my boobs. I got great boobs. Way America wanted them to. My father told Santa Ana, show me your boobs.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I've already gone over that and already answered it for
We
you.
haven't talked about Sandy Hook.
No, again,
What was the weapon?
It's a 223 M4.
Right.
Again, but
It's an-
statistically,
right.
they're using very low percentage of
Right,
shootings.
but
Period.
are you
but
seeing-
you guys?
are you seeing a
people wouldn't
pattern?
go swimming because the movie Jaws,
biggest-
even though great white
Alex,
sharks kill 5 people a
Alex.
year.
All right, hold on. Rabbit Badger just told me I have to look up Gish Gallop on Wikipedia right this minute. Gish Gallop. Wikipedia. If this is something like,
No, I mean, I don't know.
if
I
it's
think
sensible
it's,
or something good,
no,
then
it's like some creationist that like the way that he wins debates is that he just keeps yelling things to keep people
this
off
is not
balance.
funny. Oh, come
No,
on.
it's not funny.
Yes. No. Okay. What you said, Rabbit Badger, was look that up right now. I think what you meant was look that up much later when I'm no longer on the air.
Alex,
You're trying to scare people.
let me say something.
There's no metal shark in the water.
The same type of weapon was
I don't see Mechagodzilla. I don't think there is one. And you can't convince me. Go ahead. Try. Convince me there's a Mechagodzilla. Double dare you.
used in the last
Yeah,
3
and that's right.
mass shootings.
And Hitler used semi-autos to kill people.
Why would you
And
not?
so did Mao.
Why would you?
Why is the government arming
Why
to the
would you-
teeth against us?
Alex, I don't
What
know.
about Fast and Furious?
Alex.
Why do our government ship guns
Calm
into
down.
Mexico?
Alex.
To blame the Second Amendment?
Let's have a debate.
A false flag?
What about the
Alex.
movie Fast and Furious? Why do they keep making them? I thought they stopped getting good after 2, and then all of a sudden they got better after that. You think it's a coincidence that they got better after they came back from Tokyo Drift? Cars are lighter there. They drift. You think that's a coincidence? Piers? I'm sick of that script. Script was terrible. They should have brought Vin Diesel back, and then they did.
Also, why do they call it Fast and Furious? They already did one called The Fast and the Furious, and all of a sudden we're supposed to be fooled and thinking it's a different movie?
How about Too Fast, Too Furious? Did Tyrese and Paul Walker seem gay to you? I think they did. Piers?
I like that you added the because I think he does that on his show. He's always hitting the desk and making
Is
that
he?
sound. Yeah.
Blame the
I get
Second Amendment?
accused. I get accused.
Why'd they blow up Building 7
Alex,
down the street here in
Alex,
New York?
I get accused when I get you guys on.
9/11. There we go. Here we go.
Oh, did he sneak that in?
Yeah. Why did they blow up Building 7?
Mexico.
They, I
To
assume,
blame
being the
Second
government.
Amendment?
Have
Yeah,
a
sure.
debate.
A false flag?
Alex,
To blame the
I get
Second Amendment?
accused. I get accused.
Why'd they blow up Building 7
Alex,
down the street here in New
Alex,
York?
I get accused when I get you guys on of talking over you, of being rude. I'm trying to be civil.
Yeah.
Right? You've got to try-
You're like, that's your first mistake. Let me explain how you debate me. You shut the hell up and you let me hang a noose. You don't talk for the entire thing. I start calling you a pouty bitch, and then I declare victory. Also, how much do you think I can bench press? I'm Alex Jones.
and answer some
Do you
of
have
the
any
questions,
ribs?
You have any McRibs?
Right? Here's my issue for you. Why do people civilians need an AR-15 type?
So you could tell, like, at this point, he's dropped the entire smug thing. Now he's playing a psychologist dealing with somebody who's clearly deranged.
Well, no, here's the problem. And the reason why Piers Morgan is actually a scumbag is that, like, he's not really trying to have a conversation. He is very frustrated that he's set this trap box for him, and he keeps trying to get him in. Because if you see, he's still on his initial thing of, like, let me read all these facts. Let me have him agree or disagree with him. But if he follows me down this primrose path, it leads to him increasingly looking stupider and feeling shame as to why his position is wrong.
Right.
He's not trying to have a conversation. He keeps having him go back to this, like, do you agree or disagree with this thing? Because that's what his move is to try and shame him into believing that what his beliefs are that he disagrees with are wrong. That's why Piers is actually a scumbag and deserves every little bit of this, because he's not even saying, like, well, that's ridiculous. Let's go on this other topic of conversation. He keeps trying to trap him in these little things. So in a way, Alex Jones is right about these little factoid things. Now, I don't mean little as in that they are not insignificant.
They're
mean
not little,
that-
Justin. They're not little. They're not little factoids. Do you
Pills.
know, Justin? Do you know,
Piers, I'll
Justin?
tell you what. You can go ahead and
Justin,
put all the murder pills on
Justin,
a little string and make it
Justin.
a necklace, a candy necklace. Oh, can't talk about that. Got to shut me down all of a sudden.
Justin, I'm trying to have a conversation. How many times on NSFW
You ever
have
seen
you?
Bruce Springsteen talk
How
in
many?
Spanish?
Justin,
I haven't.
Justin, how many times have you
How about
cursed?
Son of Love? You ever tried to listen to that song? Unlistenable. I'm sick of that script.
Justin, how many?
Python, JSON. I'm sick of those scripts too.
Justin,
HTML5 is not a proper script. Sick of it, bud. I'm sick of it.
we are trying to do an after
Facebook
show.
Mobile's a slow app. Piers,
Justin,
you ever try to use it?
Justin,
You ever try?
you've
Listen,
had a lot
how
to
many
say.
updates fit on the head of a pen?
Justin,
I don't know. Some people think cucumbers taste better pickled.
Justin, how many times have you
I
cursed?
don't like olives.
Do you know how many times you've
Piers.
cursed? Do you know how many times you've cursed on
Sitting on the dock of
NSFW?
the bay. Watching the tides roll away.
Defeated me. You win. It was sitting on the dock of the bay and what done me in.
Rifle.
Okay,
Why do you
I
need
already
them?
said statistically.
Justin, I'm trying to.
Used in
no,
a very
answer
low
the question.
amount of the crimes. That's an FBI
They've
fact.
been
show to
used
you.
in the last 3 mass shootings.
Yes.
Why do
I'll tell
people
you
need
why.
them?
Because they advertise it.
Because they're haunted by shark blood.
Media, anybody knows that if somebody jumps off the Empire State Building, they put cops up there the next day because copycats come to do it again. The media hypes and hypes and hypes.
And that's not the question.
Don't just commit suicide.
Alex, why do people
Don't commit
need them?
suicide by killing a bunch of kids. And here's the
Hold on, somebody's got something special for us here, and I think we're back to. Wait, this is just the scene from Jaws. Why is that? Oh, I guess because we mentioned sharks.
gun to use
Alex,
because it's the one the U.S. Army uses.
Why do people need them?
They need them to protect us from the #1 killer in history. Government
Murder
of the 20th
pills.
Century University study out of Hawaii killed 292 million people. It's called democide. Google it, folks.
Do you believe everyone in America
Democide.
should everyone in America
Yes.
therefore have,
Yes.
have an AR-15?
Demo side. Google it,
Statistically-
folks. It's my band. We play prog rock. It's called Demo side.
We're hoping to be at World Tyranny 2013.
Single available on iTunes. Piers.
Piers.
For the more
Jesus,
guns, the lower
Piers.
crime. The highest crime is
Do you
in
know how much
Bloomberg.
Amazon takes per cut? I'm trying to get Demo side off the ground. Meanwhile, I got a bassist who won't play the goddamn riffs right. I'm trying to get my vocals to come up out of the mix. Piers, we got a song called Sharks. It's just, that's the only lyric in it. It's just sharks. Also, we cover Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. Demo side.
You know,
But you have the most
controlled
guns
areas.
of any of the 23 richest countries in the world, and you have 20.
Well,
11,000
America was born
gun
on
murders
guns
a
and
year.
whiskey.
Right, but
It's true we're a violent society.
Right, so you
but
accept that America
statistically,
has the most
knives
guns
kill
and the
3
most gun
times more.
murders.
Have you seen the FBI numbers? Knives, bats, rocks
Let's talk guns.
kill many
Let's
times
talk-
more.
Alex, let's talk
It's
about
not
the guns.
It's not the rock. It's not the
Right.
knife. When a mother chops
You
her
want to
kids
know
up
who
with a
brings the
knife
rock?
because she's
Demo
on-
side. That's who.
Google it.
Google
Not
it.
gonna
We got our
read
first
me why I'm
album
wrong.
coming out. It's
Why
called
don't
Guns
you
and
like
Whiskey.
drugs? Because they're half your sponsors.
Stick to the subject.
America's #1 cause of unnatural death.
I just want him to say America's #1. Top of the plow, goddamn digger, gold cup, blue ribbon, giant foam finger, #1. Hell yeah, we're #1. Better than Greece, London, Italy, or France.
Italy or France.
All them other
countries
countries are like pooping our pants.
Tears.
Now is suicide.
Alex,
Not
let's try
automobile
again.
accident, not cancer, not.
You
Listen,
accuse me of attacking the Second Amendment of the Constitution.
I want to get people off pills that the insert says will make you commit suicide and kill people.
Alex, let's get about to the Second
I
Amendment.
want to blame the
Alex,
real culprit.
Alex.
Suicide pills.
Alex.
Oh, man.
Mass murder pills.
Okay, let me ask you one question. Your belief, unless I'm wrong,
First time anybody's ever heard this, by the way.
your belief, unless I'm wrong,
He's doing a victory lap. He's just like, #1 guest in the history of your show, me. Murder Pills. People are going to be saying it on the street. There'll be a band in 20 minutes called Murder Pills. They already registered the URL, and they use promo code NSFW1 to check out, hosted on Squarespace.
Piers.
Piers.
is that under the Second Amendment.
In Alex Jones's
your real
mind, the referee has already called off the fight.
They're waving
They're
it
raising Alex Jones's hand.
off.
concern is that you will be overrun.
Like
by,
at this point now, it's just like it's one of those like a Spike Club comedy jam thing where he's just like he's about to bust out some "Mama's so fat" jokes at this moment.
Oh, yeah, no.
tyrannical regime, either from somewhere else.
Yeah,
or
highway
from your own government.
checkpoints. Look at Mexico. Total gun ban for the citizens. Highest crime rate in the world. 57,000 people dead the last 5 years. Total gun ban for the citizens.
But you're main.
Switzerland has the lowest crime rate in Europe. Your country has the highest.
Alex,
Justin,
we have
Justin,
35 gun
Justin.
legislation.
Yeah.
Justin. Just answer that. We're trying to have a debate. Would you answer how
No,
many
hey.
times?
Hey, listen, there are 14 countries in the world, and they're all listed in alphabetical order.
Justin.
The countries are as follows: America, America 2, America B, Switzerland, Ponytown, and Geep Gorp.
Gabe Gore.
And if you don't believe me, Google it.
Murder side.
We have a song for all of them on demo side.
You people
Look us up,
It's the highest crime
myspace.com
rate.
/demo side rocks.
Violent crime is higher.
On this specific,
It's brains,
Alex,
it's people.
I'm trying to get inside your brains.
Piers,
It's
if
not
you prove
I'm trying to get up in them guts. Will you kiss me?
fist at your brain that did
Alex, let me get inside your brain.
Okay.
Okay? I'm serious. You have a very, very big platform.
You have a
everything on
very,
63
very big. All right, let me see if this.
Oh,
thing,
good. That's the way he would have been able to turn
Good.
it around.
And
Yes, we
There.
have the episode. Thank goodness. All right. Sorry, you were saying?
And he was just like, Alex, you're a beautiful man. You've got lovely cheekbones. I'm looking at you, and to be honest, I'd like to make out with you. I want to kiss you on the mouth. Well, Piers, I'd be lying if I didn't have a boner.
networks.
Let's
no,
bang
Wikipedia-
on Anderson Cooper's desk.
Holy cow! Hold on. Has somebody registered?
Desk, it's you. I'm Anderson Cooper.
Has somebody registered murderpills.com and like forwarded it to has somebody done a domain smack?
Oh, I don't know.
Like register register murderpills.com.
Murder Pills is still available on
Yeah,
Twitter.
Just type in murderpills.com and then it takes you to like I guess you'd have to decide if you wanted to point it at Alex Jones's site or I don't know.
Piers.
Pierce.
10 years old. I'm on over 140 stations. XM.
Millions of Americans hear you
Over 1.5 million
every day.
visitors to Infowars.com
And I
today.
congratulate
Where we
you
have
on
the
your
statistics
audience.
posted right now.
Okay.
Infowars.com.
Who do you believe is behind
He's,
9/11?
at this point, he's so bored with the game. He's making ad runs. He's about to start listing. He's about to start going his own sponsor reads for his shows.
Absolutely. Remember to buy your victory garden at crazypeoplesgarden.org.
Oh, I absolutely know. I have the police on CNN saying, get back, they're going to blow up 7. I have BBC reporting.
who do you believe
as
is behind
I
it?
have the proof. I heard them on CBS
Who?
Radio.
Who, Alex?
They announced they blew up the towers on CBS Radio.
do you believe-
New Yorkers all saw it and heard it.
Alex, who do you
They
believe?
blew up Building 7.
Alex, who do you believe was behind it? The American government.
Oh my God, he did. He got him. He got Pierce Morgan to.
Well, and by the way, so this was Piers Morgan's plan was to start him answering reasonable questions
right.
about what were the guns, how many people were murdered, what are gun violence statistics, and then eventually lead him down, knowing who Alex Jones is, to lead him down to the point where even if people are like, okay, well, I agree with him on this about guns, this about this, and then by the end of it, just be like, by the way, you do believe 9/11 was an inside job, and have him say, well, of course. So
Right.
he looks ridiculous from beginning to end.
Right.
Alex Jones is going to play Alex Jones's version of the game.
Well,
And that
exactly, which
I
is like-
yell about what I want to yell about no matter what.
And let me tell you, like at this point, I guess Piers thinks like, aha, I gotcha on my show to say the crazy 9/11 thing, not realizing like this is a snake pit that this is the briar patch that he's lived in for a decade now. This is the debate that he's had.
planted the briars.
Yes.
It was a field, a regular field, and he's like, hey, briars, I love them.
Yes, exactly. And then he's like, now how will you eat those briars? He's like, what are you talking about? I love these needles.
Criminal elements
Call
of the
me Needle Mouth,
military-industrial
Piers.
complex, the same ones that staged Gulf of Tonkin, the same ones that staged Operation, the mass shootings of Operation Gladio.
Right.
Ooh,
Do you-
the CIA don't
mean-
like this
Alex,
now.
Do you mean that President Bush and his administration were behind 9/11?
I mean that even mainstream news.
And now, see, essentially, he's got Pierce asking him the questions. All of a sudden, he's holding court at a college, at the union after one of his talks. He's like, well, that's the problem. It's is it the U.S. government? Is it the Rothschilds? Is it the World Bank? It's a very there's a whole consortium. He's like, let me
Exactly.
tell you some stories.
Oh, no, you're right. He is totally holding court right now. He is at the back of the Crazyville party, and he is the coolest guy in the room.
And he is. He's literally leaning back. Man, that's awesome. Smug Alex Jones has a better look than smug Piers Morgan.
Reported that the hijackers were ordered to be allowed into the United States. Michael Springman, the head of the visa department, blew the whistle on that.
So the Bush administration was part of a conspiracy.
Well,
to
he
murder,
said never let us
to
tolerate.
murder-
Now it sounds like he's just like, oh my God. How did Alex Jones has hypnovision. He's got voodoo eyes to control things.
thousands
To
of
murder,
Americans.
to murder Americans.
Oh my God. Did I hear John?
Go back.
This is amazing. This is Victory Lap doesn't even begin to say it. Now he's urinating on his corpse at this point.
He pulled his
Visa department.
starters. Alex Jones pulled his starters. They're all on the bench. He's got his backups in. It's over.
Blew the whistle on that.
So the Bush administration was part of a conspiracy.
Well,
to
he
murder,
said never let us tolerate.
to murder thousands of Americans.
I can speak in this accent as well.
Yeah.
The
But is that what you
government,
believe?
Hitler fired.
Oh my God. Now he's just like, he's bored. He's bored with his victory. And now he's just like, let me see if I can get him to hit me. That'd be awesome.
Come on, Piers. I do a great British accent, Piers. A lot of people say I do a lot of great voices.
We're in the last minute here. Come on, let's make this happen.
Bombed his own Reichstag, Piers, to bring in martial law in Germany, April 27th, 1933.
Look at, he's even pausing, hoping he'll jump in. And he's just like, you're just going to let me go on your show, on your special. This is amazing. Chat room says, I hope he ends the accent with, I'm Piers Morgan.
Governments have staged terror attacks throughout history or allowed terrorists to attack as a pretext to invade
many guns
and
do you own?
enslave
How many
the
guns do you own?
populations. I probably own more than 50.
He toys with the idea of dropping it, but he decides he's having too much fun.
No.
Oh.
Firearms. Many of them have increased in value 2, 3, or even 4 times. I sleep very comfortably outside Austin,
Okay.
Texas, knowing
Alex?
that I can defend my family.
Okay, Alex Jones this is the man.
Infowars.com.
Oh, he's done. He's done. Oh, wow. That was
And he talks over him with a plug. How amazing is it?
with a plug. He plugs his thing at the end.
Yeah, roll back.
I sleep very comfortably outside Austin,
Okay.
Texas, knowing
Alex?
that I can defend my family.
Okay, Alex Jones this is the man.
Infowars.com.
This is the man who wants to deport me from the country for wanting to get
No,
rid
no.
of
It's
assault
to
rifles,
point out you're a foreigner,
commit
a
mass
red coat,
outrages.
here telling us what to do. Go back to where they took the guns if you don't like it.
Oh my God. I need to take up smoking just so I can have a cigarette after that. That was
A red coat! A red coat!
not in a million years could I hit a slip. That's unreal.
Your red coat? Well, Piers, I do believe that I'm going to start a band called the Beatles.
Oh my God. So this happened what, last
Aren't you
night?
go back where they started the swing in London 60s?
Did that happen last night?
Last night.
What did he say or do tonight? I mean, first of all,
Morgan?
we know what Alex Jones's show was friggin' a massive victory lap. Or actually,
no. By the way,
no. I'm
Alex
sure
Jones on
Alex
YouTube.
Jones got to play the victim. I'm sure.
No, yes, of course. Alex Jones on YouTube said that it was likely that him and his crew were going to be murdered in New York City by homeless people that were hired by Mayor Bloomberg as a gangster squad.
Oh my God. It was amazing.
He is a national treasure. Brian, I love you like a brother.
No, but you would marry
If there's
him.
only one man who could survive in Austin, it's Alex Jones.
Dude, I'll tell you what. Man, that was amazing. I don't even know where to. Wow.
He's the best. We should go on a show for South by.
Sure.
Let's call him up. Let's set it up. Alex Jones,
not-
we want to be on your show.
I'm scared. I'm scared. It's like he would destroy. He would convince our own chat realm that we're responsible for some national calamity.
What if we had Alex Jones on and we only talked to him about movies?
I mean, it wouldn't go
And we
that
just
way.
kept talking about movies.
Okay.
We were just like, no,
I mean,
but
he would just
seriously, Back
own
to the
us.
Future.
He would figure out
Awesome.
he would figure out a way to needle us. I mean, he would probably do his research and have a file of this.
But I mean, who do you like better, Marty McFly or Luke Skywalker?
I feel like he would physically. Hold on, Murder Pills just tweeted me. Bam! Murder Pills raped a bald eagle.
People are saying that we should play Cards Against Humanity with Alex Jones.
Oh my God! Yes, that would be amazing.
Let's go to his studio and play Cards Against Humanity.
Okay, done and done.
Just one round. Alex Jones, it's all we're asking. Don't back down from this. Whoa! Can't talk about that, can we? Can't talk about that, can we, Alex Jones? Cards
Dude,
Against Humanity. Want to back off from that?
This is like
Kickboxing.
This is like I'm uncomfortable with even joking. Like that's the equivalent of poking 4chan with a stick, man. That's unreal. Actually,
Oh no! Listen, I think Alex Jones is and I mean this absolutely sincerely, that the worst thing you can be in any kind of broadcast medium is boring.
yes.
And I generally have a distaste for television news that pretends that it's informative.
God damn it.
Television news.
Justin, this is very important. This is very important. Do you have a computer in front of you?
Yes.
Go to murderpills.com.
No dash or anything.
No, just murderpills.com.
Nice. Classy.
Amazing. Yeah. Dude, I physically have a headache from laughing so hard. This rarely happens. But like I'm in physical pain from laughing so much.
Oh man.
Wow. That was unbelievably rad.
No, Piers. You know what's rad? Freedom. Huey Lewis in the news.
Sitting by the dock of the bay.
I love them both. Piers.
Oh. So good.
Mr. Jones and me told each other fairy tales, Piers. And we stared at the beautiful women. Are they looking at you? Oh, no. They're looking at me, Piers.
It hurts. It physically
Down
hurts.
in New Amsterdam with that yellow-haired girl, Mr. Jones strikes up a conversation.
Can't.
Piers.
It's gotta be over. It's gotta be over.
Buy myself a great guitar and play Mr. Jones and me.
I can't. I gotta, it physically hurts to continue this amazing. Wow. All right. So, as Travis Tubbs points out over Twitter, you now have your sample.
Teach me some of that Spanish dancing, Piers.
This is if you now have your marching orders. This is the episode to show everyone to get them into. In fact, just jump the middle. I don't know. There's a lot of inside baseball on the CES stuff. Oh, that's amazing.
Murder pills. People are pointing to an InfoWars link that just says, "I made CNN producers cry."
Oh my God! Yes. Radio host Alex Jones. I love the fact that this is Alex Jones's InfoWars, but they write it like radio host Alex Jones. We're told. We're looking forward to meeting this guy, whoever he is. Was so volatile that one of the producers of the show burst into tears during the commercial break because she knew she was about to be fired. She knew that she would physically get eaten and assaulted when evil Piers showed his British face. Also, rumored...
Look at this quote. "We will defeat you," Jones told Morgan, to which Morgan responded by snickering. That's everything you need to know about all of that video. That one sentence tells you everything you need to know about everything we've just seen. "We will defeat you," Jones told Morgan, to which Morgan responded by snickering.
Armed mafia are stalking us. So he did. He took to YouTube and got to play the victim. That's amazing. Wow. All right. Well, so good.
There we go, Piers.
Yep.
All right.
All right. So long, beautiful people. Love you guys. It's a hell of an
Love
evening.
you.
I'm gonna go take some murder pills.
Start with the boxing ring, Piers.
I'll wear the red, white, and blues. You wear the Union Jack.
Why don't you listen to Michael Dukakis sing the Macarena? Who let the dogs out, Piers? Why they take down Building 7?
Stop it.
Well, I mean,
Make it
you
in.
can see on CBS Radio.
Make it
They
in.
said, "Who let the dogs out?"
Make it in. Make it in. Make it in. All right. So long. I'm shutting down
How
the
many
feed.
licks does it take to get to the bottom of
This
the
is it. It's got to be over. I got to go. Bye. Bye.
I love you.